Welcome to Radio Express World News, presented by Vibha Ramesh, Los Angeles, United States. Starting today's bulletin with talks on the pandemic relief aid, the United States Republicans plan to bring together a proposal that combines the interests of both the parties. The proposal is expected to budget for $500 to $700 billion and would restore the lapsed federal unemployment benefits at $300 per week. Further, an allocation of $105 billion for schools, funds for testing and for the United States Postal Service, as well as new liability protections to employers are part of the proposal. Meanwhile, on Tuesday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has directed state agencies to disengage Quest diagnostics with immediate effect, citing huge delays of up to 75,000 test results. Responding to the directive, Quest stated a technical issue as the cause for the delay and that it has been resolved. Schools in New York will now reopen 10 days late in order to avert a probable teacher strike and calm parents' anxiety about the preparedness for in-person instructions. And in Hawaii, visitors and residents will now be required to register online and also provide health status before arriving into the state. This measure will aid officials in determining the need for additional screening at the airport. Now for a brief look at the school scenario across the world. Over 2,840 primary and secondary schools reopened in Wuhan on Tuesday. Similarly, Britain too opened up schools to thousands of children on the morning of Tuesday. And in Russia, schools reopened with precautions amidst hitting 1 million cases yesterday. Over 12 million students in France and more than 2 million students in Israel returned to their classrooms for the fall session. In Belgium, barring children that have returned from vacationing at high-risk places, others returned for classroom instructions with older students wearing masks. And in Russia, President Vladimir Putin announced the readiness of Sputnik V for use outside of clinical trials. This goes to say that it is ready for mass vaccinations in October. Having said that, Russia's per capita rate of infection is a third of the United States, and as of Monday, the nation reported 687 cases per 100,000 people. Amidst the steady rise in infections, schools opened on Tuesday with few precautions without the need of masks for teachers or students. Based on current data, the nation recorded 4,729 new cases in 24 hours, taking the toll to 1,048,000. Over to India. The lackadaisical approach displayed by Mumbai and Delhi in implementing critical legislations aimed at protecting the employment and welfare of migrant workers has irked the Supreme Court, which has granted the states 2 weeks' time to file their affidavit. NASA congratulated Indian astronomers for proving their mettle yet again with the discovery of a star galaxy known to be several billion light-years away from Earth. The total number of COVID-19 cases rose to 3,691,166, with 69,921 infections reported yesterday. The total death toll mounted to 65,288. Meanwhile, in Hong Kong, the coronavirus testing program that is Beijing supported commenced in the midst of concerns over safety, privacy, and the influence of the mainland Chinese government. Although the program is available for free and over 7.5 million residents have already signed up for it, the city's medical fraternity blames it as a waste of resources and fears that it will evince a false sense of security. Moving on, doctors in Nigeria went on a strike owing to the government going back on its word of paying COVID-19 hazard allowances. While the Association of Resident Doctors were upset with the government for not keeping up its promise, the regional minister of state stated that doctors must make sacrifices. With very low testing in the country, about 1,000 people have succumbed to the virus and 50,000 infected with coronavirus. With a view to contain a spike in coronavirus infections, Hungary made changes to its prior announcement of imposing border restrictions from September 1st. In effect, Hungary's Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó made some exceptions to the rule, thereby permitting travel from the Czech Republic, Slovakia and Poland. The exception was made after a personal plea from the country's Prime Minister. A decade-long ruling that prohibited the sale of or smoking of tobacco in Bhutan was restructured by the government to allow the sale of the once banned substance. This unconventional strategy was made in a bid to address a larger issue at hand, COVID-19. In other words, by selling tobacco directly to smokers, the government is hoping to prevent the crowding of smokers at the black market, as gatherings of any sort can trigger a spike of the virus. The last news item is from Germany, where protests and riots seem to be the norm, and the congregation of thousands of people naturally leads to a surge in the virus. Therefore, the city senator for public health announced that masks are compulsory for all demonstrations with over 100 participants with immediate effect. Even though the country was initially relatively successful in containing the virus, it recorded 1,218 new virus cases on Monday. With that, we come to the end of this news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Please stay tuned for the next program on Radio Express. To receive Radio Express English news and English programs in your WhatsApp, please send a WhatsApp message, English programs, to 90727 95547, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Radio Express. Thank you.